Hey everybody, welcome back to Module 3. Glad we made it to Module 3. We're going to be talking about APA style for the next couple of lectures. APA style is one of many different discipline-specific, agreed-upon methods and formats for presenting text and graphics in our publications and our documents. We're going to be learning to do in-text citations as well as reference section citations in this class. We're also going to learn about all the sections of an APA style report. We're going to go ahead and start with in-text citations for now. There are basically two main styles that you can use, and I recommend that you sort of toggle between them to make the writing more interesting. APA is not known for its super duper interesting writing style. So they just recently got rid of the passive voice, for example. So do your best to make it interesting, but don't use the same formula each time because it will get very boring. But here are basically your two options. So for example, you could have a sentence, embarrassment is not shame. And my citation for that, where I got that idea, now note, I would have quoted it, put quotation marks around it, and a page number had it been a direct quote. But since it's not a direct quote, I'm just paraphrasing what he said. This is Rhodey Miller, by the way. It is a man. Embarrassment is not shame, comma, parentheses, sorry, Miller, comma, 1998, close parentheses, period. The period is on the outside of the parentheses because the citation is part of the sentence in APA style. So that's one way that you can do it. You can say the statement, whatever paraphrasing that you want to do, and then cite your person at the end. Alternatively, you can make the author's name part of the sentence and then cite the date afterwards so that we know which Miller you're talking about in case he has several publications to which you refer in your paper. It's also just the style. So, for example, instead of stating it and having the reference as a parenthetical point afterwards, we can make Miller part of the sentence. According to Miller, and then this is where we cite the date, parentheses 1998, embarrassment is not shame. So now we've made the author's name part of the sentence. So those are two ways. You don't always have to say according to. You can say Miller has found or Miller found or whatever. But in general, the two ways are putting it at the end or putting it somewhere in the sentence. And again, like I said, toggling between is better than one or the other. Another couple things to know, if you have a couple of references, so sometimes you have several people who have found similar things or the same type of idea. Say several researchers have come up with the same general conclusion. Embarrassment is not shame. Now I not only have Miller, comma, 1998, but I also have semicolon, my next person here, Fenigstein, Shire, and Buss. That's an ampersand. You need to use that in your in-text citation, comma, 1980. Now, this is three people. It follows a semicolon because this is one whole citation. After you have cited two or more authors, two or more, usually three authors, you're going to want to say et al. Afterwards, so you're not saying, especially if you have like five authors, Smith, Jones, Fenigstein, Shire, Buss, Miller, every single time, to put them all in there every single time is going to be ridiculous. It's going to add way too many words. So what you want to do is afterwards, in the same paragraph, you want to say Fenigstein et al. Further went on to find, to say that guilt is also different from embarrassment, or whatever they might say. Or in a second or separate paragraph, you would go ahead and say Fenigstein et al. Again, and there should be a period after that, I apologize. And then you would put the date. That's because it's no longer the same paragraph, so you now need to go back to the earlier style that we used, indicating the date afterwards. So basically, that's in-text citation right there. If you have any questions, let me know. Basically, we're going to spend next time talking about the reference section citation, which is also very specific. But hopefully this won't give you too much trouble. And I guess I'll see you in class.